Hello dreamers! This is Maya Joy KahNah, and today we are going to speak about life path number 5. Life path number 5s can really be the life of the party. They're not really living life in the way that the rest of us are living life. They're here to feel alive, and a life path number 5 who's really healthy and in alignment, they're going to feel like they are the star of their life. They're really meant to see life as an adventure and to just get the richness out of every experience that they can. They have to live in pursuit of the myriad of experiences that they desire. A life path number 5 needs change. They need constant change. They need constant stimulation. A life path number 5 isn't really here to sit still. If you try to make them sit still, like putting them in an office job that's the same every day, then they're going to get very unhealthy, and they're going to start to seek out that sense of aliveness or stimulation in unhealthy ways, like by stirring up drama or by getting involved in nefarious activities or by forming an addiction. Their lives are supposed to be kind of like an adventure novel or an adventure movie. And it's helpful if you're a life path number 5 to think of your life in that way. Think of yourself as like a character in your life in a really healthy and balanced way. You're like a really nice person character. And what is your story? Like, what are the experiences that you are gathering as that character that bring richness to the personal story of your life? Boredom and stagnancy is the enemy. Life path number 5 constantly need to be connected to that pulse of sort of what is the next thing? What is the next thing that I'm going to be doing? What is the next thing that I'm going to be exploring? What is my next vacation? Travel becomes actually very important. They are here to travel and experience different cultures, and they'll really come alive through that experience. They might be on a trip in Egypt. I think that'd be a good place to go for a 5. So they're in Egypt and they're at the pyramids and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, where am I going to go next? Where am I going to go next? Where am I going to go next? They're at the pyramids and they're already thinking about their next vacation to Antarctica. And that's actually very healthy for a life path number 5. They need that change. They need that change. And if you're a life path number 5 and you don't have the resources to be able to travel the world right now, think about getting some sort of job that actually helps you to travel the world, where work is actually paying for your expeditions, because you need to kind of get out and see all these different places in order to feel stimulated and in order to be healthy. So a life path number 5 could really benefit from being like a flight attendant, for example, working on a cruise ship, or being a tour guide. Maybe to have a job that maybe it is in the office 2 days a week, but 3 days a week you're out in the community, traveling around, connecting with others. You will be locking yourself in a prison cell if you try to pursue a career that's mundane and that's the same every single day. You've got to look for that career that has variety and a little bit of unpredictability. In numerology, 5 is considered the one of the most unpredictable numbers, where if it's a day 5, for example, you got to be ready for anything, because literally anything could happen. And if you have a 5 in your life that you're really close to, it can be the same sort of energetic expression, like, what's the 5 gonna do now? We don't know, because the 5 is driven by that need for change, that need for stimulation. So you need to find a job that is changing all the time, that has a little bit of unpredictability to keep you stimulated and to keep you well. With life path number 5, you need to find healthy ways to feel vibrant and to feel alive and to feel engaged with life. Some of those ways could include sports. I feel like life path number 5 could really enjoy that, because you never know who's going to win or what's going to happen during a game. So playing sports could be very good. for a life path number 5, even as an adult, being a part of sort of intramural sports or things like that. Also reading adventure books, before you go to bed or throughout the day, watching adventure-based movies as well, and then constantly planning for the next trip or the next experience. Trying new restaurants, trying new, even at home, like cooking and different foods, changing up what you're eating all the time. Taking advice from other people about what might be good to try. So if you start to feel stagnant, you can just ask that person, that friend or that colleague, what should I try next? What is the coolest thing you've ever done? And then go and start to try those things. Learn a lot of different things or explore different cultures, even if you're doing it from your own home. How do people on the other side of the world live their life? And that'll be very stimulating for you as a life path 5, and it will help you to avoid the life path 5 pitfall of escaping, through other things that make you feel alive. So life path number 5s, they can struggle with addictive tendencies. Whether that comes from a sexual addiction, from a drug addiction, from an alcohol addiction, or just some more common addictions for life path number 5s, just being addicted to romance, for example, constantly needing that new relationship to stimulate you, or being tied to Tinder or whatever on your phone, or being addicted to food, sugar, caffeine, just the things that make you feel so alive. Or a very big pitfall for life path number 5 is being addicted to drama. Maybe feeling your life isn't that exciting or isn't as exciting as you want it to be, so you're gonna constantly ask other people about the dramas in their life and what they've been through. That's not very healthy for life path number 5. You need to be the star of your own show. You need to have an engaging life and not seek out that engagement by stirring up dramas or feeding on the dramas of other people. I think a life path number 5 could also start to get dependent on video games or things like that really cause that sort of thrilling feeling, or movies or television, reality TV. I could see that. Those things are okay in small doses if you're feeling a little bit stagnant. But you really need to get outside, play some sports, go on a little adventure, try something new if you're feeling stagnant, and don't just turn to the video game, the reality TV show, or the movie trailers or whatever. You are meant to be the star of your life. You are meant to be on an adventure, not just living vicariously through the adventures of other people. The life path number 5 will have resentments towards things that make them feel very restricted or that make them feel trapped. So if you are in a relationship with a life path number 5, you've got to be very careful not to prematurely tie them down, or actually not to tie down that person at all. They have to feel like they can be in love with you and share love and have fun, but also that you're not trying to restrict them. You can't tell the 5, okay, now that we're together, you have to do this, change this, you have to calm down. That's not going to work for a life path number 5. And because of this, life path number 5s can go in 2 different directions. So one of the directions with the life path number 5 is just kind of avoiding commitment, getting freaked out, no, I can't be held down, I can't be, you're limiting me or you're restricting me from what I can do in my life. So if you try to approach a 5 in that way, they probably will run away from you. They could be definitely a runner. You could think that they're there in their relationship with you, but then right when the commitment's about to come, they're gone. They're on a plane somewhere else. It terrorizes them. The thought that they can no longer enjoy the life experiences that they once did and have freedom to do the things that make them feel alive, they cannot handle that, and they will get out. They'll get out. So that's one manifestation of the life path number 5. The other manifestation is that they could think of the relationship itself as an adventure. Wow, this relationship is such an engaging experience, and they could just jump right in. This could be getting married in Vegas, or yeah, I love you, oh my God, let's get married right now. And then all of a sudden, when the passion goes away and it's no longer an adventure to be in the relationship, they can try to get out of it, and actually get married really young, and also get divorced really young as well. So because of this need for freedom, life path number 5s tend to have some of these relationship issues come up. So if you're the partner to a life path number 5, you've got to constantly change things up to provide that stimulation in your relationship, and to know that you can't control that person. You can't try to restrict their actions or restrict their day-to-day life. You've got to encourage them to find healthy ways to feel passionate with life. Even if you're a parent of a life path number 5, the same thing. You want your son to start out in hockey when he's 5 and then still be playing hockey when he's 18. Maybe that'll happen for a life path number 5, but if you're the parent of a life path number 5, it's probably a better idea to constantly encourage them to try different sort of sports and stuff like that. Last year you took sculpting, let's do jazz this year. Like, let's try something a little bit different, and don't go to the same vacation every single year. Don't go to Orlando and go to Disney World every single year. Try out different places. If you're a parent of a life path 5 kid, encourage them to sign up for the study abroad experience, because those experiences of travel and foreign culture and foreign cuisine, even, those will be some of their favorite things in their entire life. And if they can't do that, then they need to find that sense of adventure in another way, like through writing adventure novels or reading adventure novels or working on, films or creative projects or things like that. Since life path number 5s are sort of the star of their own adventure movie life or their own adventure novel life that they're living, they do tend to want to look the part in the sense of paying attention to their presentation. Life path number 5s that are healthy and balanced are going to be dressed very well in clothes that fit them very well. They're going to have the perfect makeup or the perfect accessories, and they need to feel attractive. So again, if you're a parent of a life path number 5, you have to encourage them. Maybe if they want the nicest, best clothes and you can't afford it, then you got to encourage them to go get a job at the mall so that they can purchase that stuff for themselves. Because if they don't feel attractive, then they're going to fall into that sort of depression energy, which ends up being the arch nemesis of the life path number 5. Life path number 5s, when they're healthy, are also going to really love holidays. You could actually give your life path number 5 employee the task of being the one that is actually coordinating, like the office holiday party, or be the one who decorates for the holidays. Encourage them to do nice things for other people on their birthdays and stuff like that, because life path number 5 is meant to be very, very festive and generous and to bring that sort of celebratory energy to life. Life path number 5s are actually like these little detectives who want to find the truth. So beware of this if you're in a relationship with one, especially because they think that life needs to be exciting. If you sort of describe to them a life that seems boring to them, they're gonna think that you're hiding something. They might be the one who looks at your phone when you're in the bathroom. They're going through your text messages or stuff like that. So just be aware. For life path number 5, I think it's good to try to channel this sort of inner detective energy in a healthy way. Again, maybe reading the mystery novels, for example, and not necessarily searching through your girlfriend's underwear drawer or something like that. Life path number 5s can be great as entrepreneurs. They're very good at selling things that they find exciting or that they think is going to bring a sense of aliveness to your life. So they could be great at building some sort of tourism business, or even owning a nightclub or a bar or a casino or somewhere that people go when they're feeling like they just need to escape. Selling vacation packages and stuff could also be really good for a life path number 5. Life path number 5s want to feel alive, and they want to feel passionate, and they want to feel adventurous, and they don't want to focus always on the hard facts of life and things. And so a life path number 5, they can tend to tune out things that aren't interesting to them, and that can include the complaints of the parent, the lecturing, the yelling of the partner. They can shy away from problems sometimes. So if you're a life path number 5, you have to realize that some of those things that come up some of those responsibilities, etc., are part of the adventure, and it's important not to tune out your loved ones when they're bringing up really important matters. Like, to actually be willing to look at that stuff and not get so afraid that it's going to restrict you that you just disconnect, right? But be willing to hear out other people and realize that what they're saying is a part of their story and that you're a character in their story as well. The life path number 5 can be very prone to relationship hopping. These can often be the people who actually walk away from the best relationships. They could be married and have a very healthy marriage and then actually just get that pull for just that lover, like, outside of the marriage because it makes them feel so passionate. And then after 2 decades, they're like, wow, my first husband or wife was actually the perfect person for me, and I actually got lured out of that. So really slow down. If your marriage or relationship is not going well, look for other forms of stimulation besides new relationships. But also, if you love a life path number 5 and they have left you, understand that they probably didn't do it as a rejection of you. They probably walked away because they felt this growing impulse for needing to be more engaged in life. And I think that it's a good idea to be willing to accept that life path number 5 back into your life. It's even like a part of their path where they may feel all of a sudden realize, oh my gosh, what I had to begin with what was actually incredible, and they may find themselves through actually coming back to you. So try to be willing to accept that person back into your heart. One mantra that could be really healthy for life path number 5 is variety is the spice of life, because they're here to just gather a great variety of life experiences, and that's what's going to bring them health and wellness. Another helpful mantra or affirmation would be, it is not drama, but rather adventure that feeds my soul. It is not drama, but it is adventure that feeds my soul. And with that, I just want to say thank you, Life Path 5s and those who love Life Path 5s for tuning in and watching this video today. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I hope that you have an amazing day and an exciting life adventure, and just, yes, thank you for watching, and namaste. Bye!